What's going on, everybody? How we doing? And welcome to another Palworld video. Today, I'm going to be going over some of the best base working pals, some of the pals that I use personally at my bases, and if you're as insane as I am and want a base powered by nothing but human companions, I've got that for you in today's video as well. So just FYI, this is my opinion of the best base working pals. It may not be for everybody, but this is just a little guide to kind of help you out and get you through it. Some of the pals people may say is not the best, whatnot, whatever, but hey, that's them. This is what's worked for me and my community. Also, you will notice that a lot of the pals that I use at my base are dark pals. That is because it gives me an extra passive to put on them without having to put vampiric on them. All right. Also, okay, a lot of resources go into the human base pals. All right. They're not, you can't breed them, so you got to get them. You got to use skill fruits. You got to use a bunch of books. And to know how I did that, there will be a link in the description to my World Tree farm that I run to get all of your dog coins and all of your relics to put in the relic recycler to get all of your implants, all of your books. This is just the last round that I am doing here. I've got much more going here. It's still got to crack what? It's still got to crack 2,000 of your gold relics. I've got relics going over here too, so I'll do the common, uncommon, and rare relics on one, and then I'll do the legendary and epic on the other. But this is just what I have not, or what I have cracked open in what the last 30 minutes, I guess you could say. Why is that not going over there? Oh, that's because I pulled everything out because I'm a big dummy. I did not mean to pull all that out. But yeah, most of that was just from the last 1,000 or so of your purple relics. And then we gotta love the auto get out of here. Babysitter, heavy armored, that's nice. But yeah, the link to my farm will be in the description, which is how I got all of my human pals or human people in my base to level 10. But without further ado, let's get into it. So for Kindling, your best Kindling pal will be Rinjinchi. It's level 10 at 4 stars. The pal that I use is Gangler Ignis. You will need 3 books, 3 Kindling books, and 3 watering books to max it out. And I also use Dupin because at 4-star condensed, it is at level 9. It also helps out, working in your base, and it's also got medicine production with a little bit of transporting. Now, the best fire human in the game is the legendary gourmet. All right, now all of these are level 10 because these are the people that I pulled from my base itself. I wasn't about to drop more resources to, triple stat them and change everything. But the recurring theme here for their passive skills is they're all going to have Demon Hand, Remarkable Craftsmanship, Artisan, and Vampiric. Now, for your Dark Pals, you don't need Vampiric, so you get Work Slave. And the difference in that is the work speed. 494 for a non-dark pal, 541 for a dark pal, because we was able to put work slave on it instead of vampiric or insomnia. Something else to note, if you can farm the resources and you get the peach fruits, right? So normal firepower, 4-star condensed is at 494 work speed. At friendship level 10, it goes from 494 to 543. Now on a dark pal, it's at 541, 494 regular, 541 for a dark pal, but then at friendship level 10, it goes to 595. That's something else just to kind of keep in mind if, you want to do this and you want to max them out completely, as best as they can be. You're going to need the kinship peaches and at level 10 to fully max them out. All right. Now, the reason why I use Gangler Ignis and Dupin is for size, right? So if we throw these out, size does matter. Hint, hint. If if you're running off of one base and your server doesn't allow you to have multiple bases and whatnot, and with all the ancient stuff now, you can kind of condense everything that you need into one base. So smaller pals, they don't get stuck as much. They don't need a lot of room to move, and you are good to go. With this human here, the reason why he is good is because you can buy food. There's your Mammoth Curry for your 25% extra attack damage. Mr. OP, he's also got the salad that lets you gain XP. The seafood salad here slightly increases XP gains for a short period of time. So that is your Kindling pal. Now, the next two slots are kind of interchangeable, and I'll show you what I mean. So it is going to be your planters. Ophelia is overall the best planter because at 4 stars, she's already level 10. She also gives you a little bit of watering. Now, what I use in my bases, I don't use Dandylord or Ophidia. Dandylord is for gathering. I use a combination of Prunella, Lulu, and Verdash. All right, now it's going to take you a little bit more books to get them to level 10, but Prunella increases your crop harvest by 35% at 4 stars condensed, and Lulu increases the crop growth rate by 70%. So those two with a little Verdash is all I need for my whole farming base. Now, the best in slot human pal will be the World Tree Guardian. All right. Planting, gathering, all the same. And you can also throw Hortalis in there, but I've got Hortalis slotted in the lumbering slot. Now, the lumbers that I use in my base, it's really just Trickster Lux because it gives me a little bit of electricity with lumbering and medicine all in one. You could also use Prickster 2 for lumbering. It's okay. The best in slot for your gatherer is going to be Nimble, and your best in slot lumberer is going to be Urchin. Now, here's where it gets a little tricky because Segment is overall the best handiworker in the game, hands down. I've got a couple of them, but I love Soline. Soline's got a little bit smaller of a, pal, because you have to have alpha segment to make this work, right? And I'm going to show you. So we're going to throw segment out. We're going to throw Bellanor out because I need the medicine production. So segment right now is at 494, right? We're going to go over here. We're going to click these AI cores. We're going to set it to make it. Now, let them get over here. All right. Well, if they don't want to come over here, we're going to make them come over here. Get over here. Help me out, please. Thank you. Now, we're going to set them both to work over here, right? Once she starts working, oh, I ain't got no electricity. But will it still show up? No, it won't. Okay, I'll take you over here then. Because I know I got it going over here. Because I've got one over here. That's my bad. Let's just put, let's don't do cores. Fiberglass. Start making me some fiberglass, right? So if I go over here and I look at that segment, work speed, 1233 on the work speed for these segments. That is insane, but you only get that from an alpha segment. It increases efficiency by 400%. We don't know if they're going to fix that in a patch or anything, so use it while you can. If they patch it, though, Soline is the next best option. And then the best handiworker is Ram base stats. You can get them to level 10, but like I said, if you're going to be crazy like I am, it's going to take a lot of resources and a lot of books. Now, the best medicine worker is going to be Lylene Knott with Bellanor right behind her at 4-starred. They both are level 9. Lylene also gives you a little bit of gathering and handiwork. Bellanor gives you a little bit of handiwork and transportation, which is key. Another one that I personally like to use is with Stella because she is very small. She gets around. Now, that is alpha. It's the only one that I had. I wasn't about to breed another one. But with Stella is small, easy to get around. Again, another good one to use. The best medicine worker for your human is going to be Moonflower Yonin. On to watering. Xiaolong. And or Yormantide. But Yormantide is so big. In a small base, he's not going to work. Now, he ain't got to move around much, but he will get stuck. He'll starve. Can't get to a feed box. Yada, yada, yada. Next, I love, and as you see, if you've seen my farming base, I've got ganglers everywhere. Gangler and Gangler Ignis because of these small hit boxes. You could also use Gilroy and Gillette because they boost each other's watering. If you've got two of them, it's a little bit more intense on the books that you need to level it up. And then one of the best human companions in the game is the Azure Covenant Enforcer because of everything they do. You get watering, you get planting, you get handiwork, you get lumber, mining, and transportating all in one human. Now, when it comes to electricity, Ozurk is still one of the best. So is Azurmane. Ozurk is level 10 at 4 stars. Azurmane is level 9. So you will still need one book into it. I use Ozurk. I also use a Dynamoth. And why do I use Dynamoth? That is for its extra passive skill. While at a base, it shortens the time it takes to incubate an egg by 40%. So I have a Dynamoth in my breeding base just to run power. It runs power fine by itself. You don't have to have an Ozurk. So that's why Dynamoth makes the list for me. And the only human companion that does electricity is the PIDF Rider. All right. You get it. You can go to any of the small settlements, start shooting people. They will spawn. You can catch one, but this is the only quote unquote human companion in the game that gives you electricity. And at 4 stars, it does give you that level 10. So pretty cool, pretty awesome there. For mining, it's gonna be Astagon. 4-star condensed, it is level 10. You could also do Bastagor here. He's level 7. He's also got lumbering, but Bastagor is going to be on cooling, as you'll see later. Another one that I like to use just because overall It does kindling, handiwork, gathering, mining, and you can throw it in the ranch for some bones. Soothsayer is another good option here. Just another small pal. But another small pal that I leveled up, I put books into it because it did gathering as well as transporting, is Lepron. Because of how small and cute the little thing is. Like, you can't beat it. You ought to see it mining over there in my other base. But yeah, Lapron is another, good one. Again, it's gonna take some time, and it's gonna take a lot of books to get it up. I mean, that's 6 mining books just to get her up. Where Soothsayer is also 6. So kind of pick and choose who you like, who you don't like there. If you're trying to condense everything. On to cooling. So cooling will be Frost Stallion. Level 10, the only thing Frost Stallion does. You want to throw a Bastagor in there? Level 10 as well, but you get some mining and some lumbering in there. So kind of a nice, offset to just Frost Stallion. My personal favorite is Smoky Chris. Now, you're going to need 6 books, but Smoky Chris box, it's so small. It's awesome, nice, condensed, be good to go. Mimic is your miner. The legendary Game Hunter has the best cooling out of all of the humans, but the kicker to him is you can buy all of your meat. So all of your mammoth meat that you need for curries and all that. You've got your Gillette flesh. You've got your elk deer meat. Anything and everything comes from him. So it's nice to have him out there cooling and also be able to buy stuff from him. And finally, we are on to transportating. And the best one is Alderaan. Hands down, level 10, 4 stars. Enough said. It's a flyer. It's not going to get in the way of too much. It's still going to get stuck. But my favorite, Mimog. Mimog to me is the best transporting pal in the game. It's going to take you 5 books. But to watch this little guy go and run around, collect a bunch of stuff, get the zoomies, and there he goes. He's off running around. Mimog, you'll see in just about all of my bases, running around, collecting goods and all that. And the human that has the best transporting is going to be the legendary materials merchant. And again, no brainer. You can buy all of your organs from him, your wool, your leather, your PAL fluids, high quality PAL oil. He sells it all and is the best in slot for transporting. So there it is. There's my list. There's all of the best pals up top for each. So we've got Rinjinchi, Ophidia, Dandylord, Hartellus, Segment, Laline Nock, Xiaolong, Ozerk, Astagon, Frost Stallion, and Elderon are the best work suitability pals. And then if you like small bases, condensed bases, you've got all of these pals here that I like using. All these pals are in one base or the other that I have up and running. And then all of my human companions are in my base right back over there because I wanted a base full of nothing but the human companions. And as you see, I've gone and I've caught just about every human in the game, looked through them all. The Doc is also another good one because, he does planting, handiwork, lumbering, mining, and he's also one of the highest medicine workers. But I know Dr. Braun, for some people, is very hard to find, and people have spent days looking for him and, come up short on his spawns. But he is another good one. There's another, your legendary grocer is also level 4 in planting. And with him, if you want to spend the time and level him up, he sells all of your seeds and your crops. So he's another good one to put out. And then your metal merchants, where you take all of your dog coins. This is another way to get all of your skill fruits and your star fruits and your books. So you can do that farming run, get your relics. You can also farm Migmogs in that route at the World Tree and farm up all your dog coins to come here and buy a lot of your books. This is really how I get 90% of my resources is I sell my dog coins for what I need and I get the rest of it from the relics, especially all of your uh passive skills here because you're going to need a lot, especially for the humans because they don't come with anything hardly. So you're going to need a lot of demon hand, a lot of remarkable craftsmanship. Artisan you get for free, but vampiric is another one of those that you can crack out of them relics and get it there. Everything else just comes through, breeding. And you get one prunella with that, you get another one, pass it over in, the breeding farms or the ancient hatcheries works best, especially if you've got a special cake or a purple cake. It works wonders. But yeah, that's it. Just another keynote to remember that the higher your friendship is, and if you can max out your friendship to level 10, you get a nice little boost in your pal's work speed. So I hope you all have enjoyed this video. That's going to do it for me, and I'll see you in the next one. I'm out.